Hi everybody. I'm going to sort of recap something that I've said before in other videos, but I've come to see it sort of under a different angle and in a different light. So I want to share this with you. How do you know that you're ready to move into a new relationship? How do you know that you're actually over it and past it? Because a lot of times, and in my personal experience, I can tell you this. I went through an affair. I divorced my ex. And my attitude towards it was there's no point in sitting at home throwing myself a pity party. I had no clue about narcissism or anything like that. So I fell into a smear campaign. So I lost a lot of my friends. So I only had a few close friends that went back all the way to my school years. She managed to dislodge everybody else. And so I decided, fuck it. I'm not going to sit around and feeling sorry for myself, like boo-hoo-hoo, I have no friends, boo-hoo-hoo, I have no life, boo-hoo-hoo, I have nothing. I didn't want to do that. So I set myself on task to learn how is it that a man in his mid-30s with a child and a career and a house that I had built for her. So I built this girl a house. We had a child together. Built a custom house with all of her selections in it. How does it come to be that I end up being on the butt end of an affair? So I decided I'm going to get out there and I need to make new friends. I'm not going to have this pity party. I'm going to fix myself. I'm going to learn my missteps and learn what I did wrong and push forward, always push forward in life. And that's what I did. And there's nothing wrong with that attitude and that direction to point your compass. However, that being said, looking back, I was not at my best when I was approaching relationships. So, I was ready to move on. I wasn't, I wasn't laying on the couch crying over my ex because I did not miss her. I was ready to get on with life. So what would I do different? And this is from experience and something that I heard earlier today. You need to be able, you need to have the ability to be alone and by yourself. You need to be able to be alone with yourself and be content with yourself and be happy with yourself. I realize now that the attitude of I need to get myself out there and get back up on the horse and make new friends and start life over, that is a positive outlook. However, the one thing I was failing to consider was, what am I bringing to the table? What am I offering these new friends that I'm making, these new people that I'm meeting, these new groups that I'm joining? What am I bringing to the table right now as a freshly divorced man who was recently cheated on and going through a divorce and having a high conflict, highly contested divorce? How do I make people's lives better? I'm not, is the answer there. So what is best for you is really, or I don't want to say, that attitude and feeling that that's what's best for you to get back out there probably is not the best thing for other people, and in some cases may not even be a good thing for other people. It may actually be a bad thing. You could be a bad thing for other people. Why? Because most people do not need to be in a relationship with someone who is picking back up and pushing forward and doing all of these things to restore and heal from an emotional injury. This is certainly not a golden rule, an overarching rule that applies to everybody all the time ever, but it's a good place to start. Because think about this. If you can't be happy with yourself, you can't be happy with yourself, you can't be happy by yourself, what in the hell are you going to do with someone else? You know, what do you add to this person's life? Well, they get to be Robin to your Batman mission of, you know, getting out there and meeting new people and all of this stuff. But that mission is really all about you. Okay? And you're the star of that show, not them. It makes them a sidekick. And they may find inspiration in what you're doing. Like I said, it's not always a bad thing. It can be a good thing. But it's something you've really got to ponder and think about. Because just because it might be a good thing for one person doesn't mean it's a good thing for another person. And it doesn't even really mean that it's a good thing for you, because you're still in the process of healing and recovery. You know? So there's two things that I can think of off the top of my head now when somebody says, hey, how do I know if I'm good to go to be in a good relationship? How do I know that I'm good relationship material? You know, what are the signs, the KPIs, the metrics? How do I measure myself to know that I'm good boyfriend material, good girlfriend material? Two things: the ability to be alone by yourself, and to have no negative thoughts, no negative energy, just neutral, calm, relaxed energy, like you're sitting at the table eating a sandwich. You know, but you just have this cool, calm, neutral energy. You're centered. And you need to be able to do that on command, and not just on command, but as your general modus operandi, to where it's no longer a mental exercise for you to do. So once you get to the point where you're no longer thinking, I need to practice being alone, so Friday night I'm going to be alone and go to the coffee shop and sip on coffee and read some books. Maybe I'll read Twilight, or maybe I will burn Twilight. You know, once you're past that point where you no longer have to think about it and plan about it and exercise, you're pretty good, right? So you need the ability to be alone naturally. And then the second part of it is you need to be in a place where other people can't ruffle your feathers, no matter how hard they try. All the trigger warnings and all that other bullshit that, you know, kids now are declaring. All of those trigger warnings, all the upset reactions. In general, people like you should just be very uninfluenceable by others. And that includes in the positive aspects, you know. Somebody shows up and woo, you're oh so happy, and then they leave and you're oh so sad, you know. Because that is an exercise of codependence, where your emotions and your feelings are highly influenced by others. And that can swing high, that can swing low. And you need to be far less malleable emotionally based on others, right? Like, I mean, pick on me for a second. I got a giant nose. God knows how many of you have been staring up my nostrils and counting my nose hairs. I'm having a good nose hair day because I trimmed. So, you're welcome. I care about you, the viewer. I'm not that great looking. I've got a giant nose that doubles as a ski jump. Giant nostrils. And an oh so shaggy beard at the moment. Right? I get, I get teased and picked on regularly by, family and friends for such things. Like, the question is like, so how much longer till you join Al Qaeda, Captain Beardo, right? Or are they hosting are they hosting the ski jumps on your nose again, like for this Olympics, or like what's up with that? Are they still building the hotels in your nostrils? Jokes like that all the time. Don't bother me anymore. Criticisms from negative people in my life that I've got no contact with, they don't affect me anymore. I don't feel the need to respond anymore, right? And so my advice to you is make those two things your priorities before you start sprinkling your drama sprinkles onto other humans. Okay? Your drama consists of your codependence and your triggers. The vast majority of other people's bullshit and other people's drama is precisely that. The triggers and the other thing that I can't really remember right now. Yeah. So, make that your priorities. It's good to get back up on the horse and get back out there and go have fun and all that, but you're just going to turn people into rebounds, and people generally just don't like to be somebody else's rebound. With the exception of, you can be honest and upfront with it. We're all adults. It's pretty easy if you're just truthful and honest and say, yeah, I just got out of a bad relationship and I'm getting back up on the horse. It is what it is, like, that's where I'm at in my life, and you need to know that, and you need to make decisions for yourself. I'm probably not the best boyfriend material that I could possibly be at any given point in time ever, but you know what, I got potential and I'm working on it. Just the level that I'm presently at right now, you need to decide if it's worth being around me, and if you decide that it's worth the wait. Those are the decisions that you need to make before you get involved in my shit. It's the same thing goes for you. Good to be driving to get back up on the horse and recover and get yourself healed. But again, if you want the best possible chances for having the best possible relationships you have, those are the two things to look for. Those are the two goals. At least a minimum of two goals. I should say, you should at least have these two goals in your list of goals, in the goal list that you make when you make goals. Be able to be alone. Don't let people fuck you up emotionally. Good or bad. Just be you. Have your personal space. Somebody makes you happy. Oh, cool. Hey, yeah, good to see you. How have you been? People make you mad. Be like, well, all right. I know where that's going. Bye-bye. And that's that. It should be neutral either way. You get to decide how angry or how upset you are. No one else. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, or share, and I'll see you on the next video.